I'm just waiting. I'm just giving the chance to let those pre-roll ads go by. This is a pop-up stream. I was actually, I just decided that a couple. I'm gonna do a couple pop-up streams. Want to make more progress on Wizardry 1 because honestly, I'd like to end it. I'd like to finish defeat Wordna, and finish the game. Okay. Okay. This is peculiar. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see where everyone is. So adventurers in. Let's see. So Beefcake is pretty close, pretty 44,000. Let's see about this chick. This chick is pretty far away. Now that being said, though, I still want to get the samurai leveled up a little bit more. Okay, Jalimni is very far away. Now, honestly, I'm pretty happy with the hit points for the ninja. So I may in this Murphy's Ghost grind, I may not put them in the party. Okay, yeah, the cleric's close, so I may leave the cleric in, even though I'm happy with the hit point level of the cleric. I may still let the cleric go on the Murphy's Ghost grind. So there's probably going to be two grinds today. There's probably going to be a Murphy's Ghost grind. Oh, Toast is extremely close. And Geoff is somewhat close. I think we'll be able to get Geoff leveled up tonight. So, Ninja, you're gone. Okay, so we've got our party, so let's save the state. Okay, so let's go into the dungeon. Most of you have probably seen this a million times. A Porfic, that helps our armor class. Nope. So we're gonna go to the Murphy's Ghosts. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the next episode, which I'll be doing tomorrow night. Okay. Okay, so I have it on quick mode, which is what I want. Okay. And again, I'm gonna still keep repeating it, even though y'all know this by now. If you fight friendly characters, it keeps your party tends towards evil. If you let characters, you know what? If what I'm saying is, if let's say you let friendly monsters be, then your party will tend towards good. Neutral characters will always stay neutral. So there is a slight chance of one of your characters changing alignment, which, if let's say you break up the party, what happens is good characters won't go with evil characters. And of course, I've mentioned in the past why Murphy's Ghosts only do 2 hit points of damage per attack. Yeah, I agree. Next level should be Tilto. And remember, there is no I don't do save scumming here. So if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to scream. I'm just kidding. But welcome in, Ionite Monk. It's great to see you. You're always... Seems like whenever there's a Wizardry 1 stream, you're always, like, close by. Okay, but I'm doing all right tonight. I've just decided, you know, I'm gonna stream a couple more times. I pushed back the fitness stream to Thursday. Yeah, I remember reading that. I have to, and I actually think I do have a GOG account. I think I do have a GOG account. You know, because I remember there was, I think, Ultima 4, which was offered for they had a cool version that was, like, you know, free, and I actually think downloaded it. So I may somewhere, and I get emails from them. So yeah, I remember. Yeah. I did download that on my work computer, which I no longer have, you know. Okay, now that we have the cleric along with us, we can actually grind a little bit longer. Because of Mahdi, because we can the cleric can cast a Mahdi, and that, you know, that'll actually heal us. So, but I think I intend to have a Murphy's Ghost grind, and later on I'm hoping to do an item grind. Tonight, I'm hoping to at least get to that. My goal is to get the bishop. To get the mage leveled up. Mage increase the level so that they can, you know, get. Please give me Tiltowait, please, 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 give me Tiltowait, please. But you notice I have a party of 5. The ninja has sufficient hit points to survive a Tiltowait. That being said, yeah, I think Murphy's like, okay, what did I ever do? Well, and I'm just gonna update a little weather update. We haven't got a lot of smoke here in, like, western Indiana. That being said, we did get a decent amount of rain. Now, normally I'd be like, yay rain, but See, I have to mow my own lawn. Since I have to mow my own lawn, I'm not a fan of rain. You know, now so the grass hasn't really been growing here. Now with the rain, the grass is gonna. Well, it's not the wet grass. It's the fact that the grass now has water, so it's gonna start to grow. But yeah, I mean, I don't think my neighbors have said anything, but there's been a couple times where I haven't cut it. Even though it probably needed cutting, just because it was still wet. That being said, I think with how dry it's been, I think the rain that we got's gonna be it's gonna be quickly absorbed. Because I noticed a good bit of my lawn was starting to turn brown. But I hope everyone's doing well today. I actually like grinding streams just because I get a chance to talk a lot, interact more with chat. Unlike some... But like, let's say I'm playing a game like Space Harrier. I don't get to talk a lot, you know. Although I do love some of the role-playing games because I do get to do the cool voices. Okay, so we're just... I'm actually pretty sure we've gotten enough experience to at least have the wizard level up. But what I like to do is when I grind, I like to keep grinding until, you know, I don't need to go back to the castle like very often. And again, if I remember, I'm sure y'all know why I keep attacking friendly monsters. Yep. FYI, neutral characters like the samurai and the mage will not change. They'll always stay neutral. Although it would be an interesting gameplay if neutral monsters could, you know, actually, you know, if you keep attacking others, if neutral monsters could go evil, that would be interesting. It would be interesting, you know. There is a Wizardry Tiltowait card game. I don't know, I'll believe it when I see it. Although I'm sure that someone has tried to get back, you know, do the Wizardry thing and say, hey, Wizardry's popular again. Yay, 5 skeletons. One thing to keep in mind about this game is that undead monsters can be dispelled. However, you do not get experience points for dispelling said monsters. That being said, if let's say I'm up against like 4 vampires, you can bet the heck I'm going to dispel them. Okay. By the way, there is an ad break that's going to be coming up soon. Night Monk, I know you've like heard this spiel a million times, but it's your chance to relax a little bit. If you don't want to watch the ads, you know, it's the same for me. I also get to take a break. Like if I need to use the bathroom or something. I've actually seen it. Ad break is over, so I'm back. Sorry it took me a little bit longer than expected. I did have to use the bathroom. So, okay. So back to the Murphy's Ghost grind. Ad breaks will happen at about every 15 minutes into the stream, and then about every 30 minutes after that. So if you like the timer, if you see it getting to either like the minutes to either 15 or 45, that means an ad break is close. Okay, but again, I'm going right here. I'm actually going for optimal grinding. And that's why the messages are coming up very fast, because you know when you're grinding, you want to go quick, and that's even with like speed runs. I'm just gonna say, especially on like Super Mario Brothers, I've watched some of the videos on speed runs, and some of the techniques they use to like save like 2/10 of a second is like ridiculous. It's like, okay, if we do this jump and we land here, we can actually save 0.2 seconds. I'm not sure. I think on Super Mario Brothers, though, I think they've about squeezed out as much of things as they could. what I'm saying is, I've from watching the things, I don't see how they can, how you can shave any more time. Oh, okay, thank you. Seems it says similar to Udo, but has some weird wizardry flavored changes. Oh, that actually is fun because what my family actually does like to play Uno. So I haven't seen him in the longest time, so. Night Monk, if it does exist, feel free to put a link in Discord. Feel free to put a link in my Discord. Darn, I hate when that happens, Those 17 games for $17. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, that's a steal. I mean, that is like that is such a steal. It's not even funny. So hit points are starting to get a little bit low. Well, not for you know who. I mean, just for Beefcake, but again, we've got Maudie, so. And again, Murphy's Ghost can only do 2 hit points damage at a time. So in other words, I don't have to worry about a character even getting down to like single hit points. Once they hit single hit points, I would worry, but I don't have to worry about, oh, okay, they're gonna get, they have the potential to get killed, versus, let's say, if I'm doing some other monster, fighting some other monsters where they can do like maybe 15 damage, and now all of a sudden I'm like in trouble. Boy, a lot of see, I'm getting more and more friendly Murphy's Ghosts. Because I think they know what's going on. They're like, darn, this person keeps attacking. This party keeps attacking me. You know what would be interesting? Where you actually have a party. Like a party, they actually meet another adventuring party. That would be like so much fun. I've only seen that happen twice. Wizardry 5, there's a certain place where you actually fight a mirror image of your own party. I think Ultima 4, one of like the final dungeon, the Stygian Abyss, I think on level 8 you actually fight like a, you know, quote unquote, a mirror image of your party. I will say that both of those fights didn't have a lot of drama though, you know. Welcome in, everyone. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. My schedule is a little bit sporadic right now, but I tend to stream a lot of retro games, especially RPGs. I do like Commodore 64 games, so I sometimes stream them. And usually when I stream Commodore 64, I usually try to stream games that are like, you know, have maybe one or two more platforms other than like the Commodore 64, maybe exclusive to like Commodore 64. Okay, come on, Moody. Oh, Beefcake keeps getting chopped down. But right now what I'm doing is I'm grinding Murphy's Ghost because I need my, if I'm gonna fight Wardna and not save Scum, I'm gonna need a little more hit points. Especially my Lord. My Lord really needs to get more hit points. And I think that'll happen once I get the Lord's Vitality up there. I also sometimes will, I also need to get some better equipment. Like, I would love the Lord to have, like, a Lord's Garb. You know, Samurai, get the Samurai Muramasa Blade. Get the Lord of Blade Cuisinart. My ninja already has shurikens, so I'm good there. And maybe even get some like really good equipment, like because I think there's some like Evo Plate Mail +3, which would be cool. The ninja, and I'm not sure if the cleric can wear that. I don't think the cleric can, so. Okay, Lord's down to about half their hit points. Who's... hello, welcome in, Mr. Spock. Glad you're watching. What's your target for grinding for? I would like to get probably all of the spells, and I'd like to have each character have at least 110 hit points. The reason for that, if let's say they have 110 hit points, I can withstand a Tiltowait. Like if an enemy casts a Tiltowait, I can at least, you know, stand it. In fact, if you notice, I only have 5 characters because the ninja's already made the hit point goal. I just have the cleric in there because the cleric's close to leveling up. But right now that's my goal, and I may do what I call item grinding. What you can do is you go down to level 10, you will fight some very tough monsters, but they can really drop some really awesome treasure, especially in terms of weapons and armor. I mean, I would love to have a Lord's Garb, a Muramasa Blade, a Blade Cuisinart. And the reason and if you look under me, you'll know so if you look under me, Beefcake, this chick, Toast, and Geoff are not quite to their hit point goal yet. So that's why I have them leveling up. Geoff needs to get that darn spell Tiltowait. I think Geoff is just like dragging the feet. You know, that's what I'm waiting for on Geoff, and also getting enough hit points. Same thing with Toast. Beefcake needs some hit points. So does the Samurai. So it's more of a holistic goal. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, once I get to level 14, I'm done. It's more of a hit point and spell thing. Like Beefcake can learn clerical spells. If I can get Beefcake to learn like Malicto, which attacks all monsters, that would be a tough decision. You know, cast Malicto and do 12 to 72 damage on everyone, or take the Blade Cuisinart and hit 8 times for 93 damage. Ooh. That's a tough one. But yeah, appreciate, and thank you, Mr. Spock1, for being first-time chatter. Welcome. Feel free to participate in chat, or if you want to lurk, lurkers are more than welcome, except the hostile lurkers from Ultima Underworld. They are not welcome. And just let you know, yeah, I think I got a good plan. Also, just want to say, if you want jokes and puns are more than welcome in chat. Okay. So feel free to post away. Keep in mind that I do see a lot of memes on the internet and on Facebook, so if I don't laugh, that's not being mean. It's just like I'm a bit desensitized to sometimes the humor. Undead kobolds, yay! Again, we could. Again, we could dispel the undead kobolds, but remember, you don't get XP for dispelling. Now, one thing I may do this time, and is if you're gonna do an Iron Man, you know, you really need to have other methods for things like, you know, rods, wands, potions, you know, as also in your inventory. Cyanide Monk. I'm not sure. Are you talking about games where they like they take a game like, let's say, The Bard's Tale, and they redo it, and they change a lot of things? Is that what you're talking about? Where they do that? I'm just curious, because that's... Because I'll give you my take on it once you let me know if that's what you're thinking. Because I think the... Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, I see what the... No, I know what you're saying. I know, and I'm like, But that being said, Ionite Monk, I think, you know what they can... I think, there's also a lot of websites that actually have, like, abandonware. And what I mean, I think people are pushing back because they're like, there's places where you can take a lot of those games, and they'll make them available for free. You know, it's like, you know, like for example, Commodore 64. I've an emulator. It's like, you know, I can pretty much play. It's like this game here. I got it for free. I have an emulator and I downloaded the ROM. And so even if let's say someone were to say, hey, I'll sell you NES Wizardry for, let's say, $3, I'm like, no. Sorry, I got it. I already got it. You know, why would I want to pay $3? Especially when I can do things like save states here, which I'm gonna do now just to because I watched a D4Tay stream earlier, and apparently the game glitched. Game glitched, and now, you know, that's the last thing you want to have happen. You know, and so that's why in case, or in case I have a power outage. I don't think I will, because yay, we surprised the monsters. Now, I'll be honest with you. It doesn't really matter to me because Murphy's ghosts, you know, don't really present much of a problem. But, and again, Mr. Spock, I don't know if you're still here, but you notice I'm like, my grinding is super efficient. You're like, damn, you know. It's like I'm going through Murphy's ghosts like cray cray. Moody, you're sounding like a kid. Cray cray. Yep. Appreciate, yeah. As I said, I don't always like to grind. But you know, and Oh, I have I have a little bit of a story to tell you, and I don't like, because I was watching another stream, and one thing I noticed is that there was like some continuity missing. It's like the streamer was like, I won't say too much. They were playing a game and they were like at level, let's say 74. At the end of the other stream, and then at the beginning of the stream they were level 77. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? And they did some off-screen grinding. Now, that's fine if you want to do that. As I say, and I've done it a couple times, but I tell you, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna be grinding this because I think I do that for Ultima Underworld too. But I know one time I did it to illustrate something. So I think the last time I did Underworld 2, I showed everyone there was the 255 skill point glitch. Yay, we surprised the monsters. The only drawback to Murphy's Ghosts is they are hard to hit. They have a good armor class and they do have a lot of hit points. That being said, once you have higher level characters, they tend to hit a lot more often. I know when I've played Wizardry 7 a few times, I've played, and this is the vanilla version. I think one time I had like a level 140, a character that was level 140. Don't ask. But they essentially, I think they went to like the toughest Gar, which had like 9,000 hit points, and it was like first round critical hit. Auto kill on the monster. Auto kill, monster killed. Ooh, I think I see what you're getting at. People reselling stuff. Night Monk. I think I know what you're getting at. Is that people reselling games? It's like, ooh, friendly fire. So that's actually one thing I liked about Ultima 5. Is that you even if let's say you aimed something at monster, there was a chance that you could... Okay, just letting you know that there's going to be an ad break coming up in about a minute or so. So what you do during the ad breaks is, while the ads are running, you can use that chance to take a... I'm going to do the same, use that chance to take a couple-minute break. I'm going to use it to refill, do a few things, maybe hit the bathroom. Ad break is over, so I'm back, and there's also another retro game I've played, RPG style, called Shard of Spring. And same thing happens there. Same thing happens there. You have to, if you have an area of effect spell, and actually a hailstorm comes to mind, if you have a character, if let's say you have a fighter inside the area of effect, guess what? They get it. That's why one of my favorite memes about like Dungeons and Dragons that people will post is they'll enter a room and the mage will be like, I cast Fireball. And it's like the DM says, don't you want to know how big the room is? No, I cast Fireball. Don't tell me the room dimensions. I cast Fireball. Okay, Shard of Spring. Well, guess what? I found a site where I downloaded it for free on PC. This was a long time ago, but I have it. And see, that's the thing, GOG, you know? There's places where you can get things for free. Yep. And I don't even think you have to look that hard because you've got like Yahoo, Google, I mean, you've got all sorts of search engines. Now the Shard of Spring that I remember, I actually had the Commodore version. That actually was quite annoying, especially if you wanted to save a game. You had to do a lot of disk swapping. You know, there needs to be a new NES Wizardry: The Legend of Murphy and Moody. Oh God. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I know it's a bit early. I'm gonna head. We're not done yet, okay? So don't leave. I'm going to really, game. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna level up. Now, by the way, don't ask me how I know to get out of the dark area. I just know. No, we're not gonna tape them because we're gonna camp. Let's see. So we're gonna inspect our cleric. Our cleric's gonna cast a spell. Mahdi. Mahdi essentially is he heals pretty much everything except for death. You know, if you're let's say you're paralyzed or poisoned, it'll work. If you're petrified, it'll cure it. But if you're stoned, you know what? I don't know. This is just my opinion. I don't know what's so bad about being stoned. It's like these games make like being stoned is a bad thing. Come on. You know? Okay, so we're gonna leave camp and we're gonna take the stairs up and we're gonna save the state. I always like to save it. Okay, so we're gonna see if anyone's gotten a level up yet. Adventurers in. Hippies had entered the chat. Okay, so how this works is if we want to level up, we have to sleep in the Adventurers Inn. Now, the Adventurers Inn, if let's say you're not fully healed, you have to pay some money if you want to get healed up. So what I do in the Adventurers Inn is see if you go with like a cot or economy rooms or merchant suites or the royal suite, there you can actually get hit points back. But you see, we don't need hit points, so we're gonna always just stay in the stables, and that's gonna help us level up. So let's see what Beefcake gets. Okay, we only gained 5 hit points, so I'm not too happy that we only got 5 hit points. I was hoping for more. So now we're at 71, and I think we're at level 14. Okay. Okay, so we're going to check on this chick. That's a good bit. We're not just chicks not need to beware, so we're going to look at the cleric. Ooh, the cleric is pretty darn close. So Toast should also be getting a level. Well, unfortunately, Toast only gained a hit point. So Toast got to 16. Toast is at 104, which isn't that great. Okay. I'm just gonna leave, and I'm gonna leave here. So we're gonna inspect our characters. Let's see, Beefcake. Well, Beefcake is moving up in vitality, which is good, which is what I'm wanting. I'm wanting Beefcake to move up. Ooh, Beefcake also got a 6th level spell. Lorto, well, I was hoping for Madi, but I'll take Lorto. Okay. So let's make sure that the levels are right. So Beefcake's level 14. Okay. So this chick, level 14, good. I'm just making sure my tote board underneath is correct. As I said, if you look underneath me, I have a little bit of a... Okay. Well, I was hoping for a bit of a better XP boost. Okay. So, we have yet to see Geoff. I don't know if Geoff has enough to level up. I don't think Geoff does. Nope. But I'm hoping that Geoff gets it this upcoming time. Yes, we're still waiting, okay? Still waiting, darn it. Okay. So now we're going back in again, okay? But welcome in, Geoff Quest. I'm hoping that this time we get it. Okay, so we're gonna cast our usual Mupporfic. And of course that was done perfectly. So we're gonna go back and do some more Murphy's Ghost grinding. Okay, so now we're back. Yep. But yeah, Geoff, I think but I think we're close. Okay, we're actually somewhat close to So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more Murphy's Ghost grind, and then I'm gonna follow it with an item grind. You know, I like to mix it up a little bit. You know, do both grinds at the same time. I'm just curious. You don't have to tell me, but I have for a little bit. I've actually thought about getting TikTok, and then actually ultimately Because I was like, trying to maybe improve the social media presence, but then I'm like, after I've read so much about TikTok, I'm like, no. What it's basically saying, like, their terms are like, hey, we it's like essentially we have access to all your data. So it's like, and I don't know what they're using it for. And they don't really say, they say we can use your data for whatever reason. Yeah. Although I will say this, YouTube, I know they kind of do the same thing, but at least, I think they're, I think they're I think they're better about it. And yes, I will confession. I actually do export my videos to YouTube. Just in case anyone wants to watch them. Afterwards, that being said, I'm one of those that tends to not organize things. Yeah. And by the way, I'm just gonna say this about YouTube is, and why YouTube is better than TikTok. I put it in the comments. I just had to say it. Is that there was an episode where South Park made fun of YouTube. Now, of course, they could not use the same spelling. They had to change the spelling, but still, it's like it doesn't take a mathematical. It doesn't take a genius to know. Oh yeah. And I'll be honest with you, when I read stories, and I see the phrase a TikTok user, half the time I'm like, okay, what I need to do is I just need to close the tab, because it's gonna be a load of hooey. Nothing against TikTok users, okay? thank everyone for joining me tonight. I know it was a pop-up stream, but hey, so I like to play this game. So the question is, well, see, I could play this by myself and just be like, or I could stream it and share it with those who want to watch it, and also give my commentary. Give my commentary about Murphy's Ghosts and life in general. I'm just actually, Mr. Spock. See what this is? Is this a place where you can spawn unlimited Murphy's Ghosts? Unlike places where if you're wandering around the dungeon and you go into monsters, you don't know what you're gonna get. Geoff, I've been watching. Yeah, I watched your Ultimus 2 stream. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, yeah, and this is, and so again, I'm gonna tell you for the millionth time why I like Murphy's Ghosts. They only do 2 damage per hit. They don't do any magical attacks. They can't or special attacks. They can't paralyze. They can't cast spells. They don't poison. They don't paralyze. They don't do any of that stuff. But they do have 2 drawbacks. Oh, I forgot. Did I mention that they have good experience, relatively speaking? Because if you look at the experience points that each monster generates, most of them, even some of the really tough monsters, only give you, if you have a full party, only gives you maybe 400. I mean, I remember level 10 mages, and I think I defeated 4 of them and got 1,800 experience. And I was like, sheesh. The 4 level 10 mages almost caused a party wipe. Now, Murphy's Ghosts do have a lot of hit points. They do have a tough armor class. But that being said, if I have some high level characters, guess what? Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing Murphy's Ghosts, and notice that I'm fighting even the friendly ones. Keep my evil creatures evil. Keep my evil characters evil. And on most of the characters, I'm also to the point where, how a lot of times, you get into a case where you get into a situation. Right now, with the levels I'm at, I'm at a high enough level where the amount of XP per level doesn't change. You're right, Ionite Monk. You're right. So I'm gonna. Monk, you're right. I have to, but I'm gonna wait for the right opportunity. Okay, so if you have a friendly group, as long as you fight them, your evil characters are gonna stay evil. Evil! 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 So what we're gonna so I'm gonna oh come on. Now there is one other thing I forgot about Murphy's Ghosts. They do not run away. Okay, there is nothing worse than attacking it, than trying to level up. You're trying to grind, and monsters keep running away. That's the worst thing. And I've watched another cool streamer, BassJack1, that actually streams the Apple II version of this, and keep saying the same thing. It's like, oh crap, these monsters are gonna run away. And it's like it happens. So there's like 6 of a certain monster, and five of them flee. And so, and unfortunately, you do not get XP for monsters that flee. Come on, Moody. Come on, let's kick these Murphy's Ghosts' butt. I'll admit something. Okay, I'll admit something to y'all. I'm a bit on the lazy side. So in other words, if I'm gonna do grinding, you know, if I want to level up, I'm gonna try to find the quickest, easiest way to grind. Whoa, Men in Chain? I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do a La Halito. That was a weird encounter. Oh great, we're killing Murphy's Ghosts again. I wish there were a bard in this party. You know, we need someone to be playing the clarinet. Oh great, we're killing Murphy's Ghosts again. It's just like every day at work where I have to deal with this, like, SpongeBob. Oh, boy. Nothing like, ugh. And worse, I have to live next to him. Oh, and Patrick. SpongeBob and Patrick need to do their own show. They should call it Dumb and Dumber. Oh great, there's a line at the cash register. Excuse me, but I'm on break. Oh, we're still doing the grind with these Murphy's Ghosts. It's just like my life. Every day, going into the Krusty Krab, dealing with oh, and oh, Mr. Spock says, well done. Oh. Thank you, Mr. Spock, but you know what? I'm sorry, I just need to go. The Krusty Krab just closed down, and I'm trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. maybe one day I'll either be a great clarinet player or the best interpretive dancer ever. Thank you, Mr. Spock. Oh, okay, ad break is over. Sorry I was a little bit late in getting the notice about the ad break. I was like, wow. Okay, and by the way, if y'all like what you see, feel free to click the follow button. That being said, I'm just going to say this. I have a feeling that you all who's watching is probably is followed, which is fine. I also like to play pinball a lot, and I just wanted to check some of the pinball streamers, because if any of them was streaming my favorite pinball game, I was just gonna be like, seriously? Ooh, wow. Moody, you need to be talking because one of your tags is chatty. And the last thing you want to have happen is I don't want to get complaints about people's like, wait, Moody's falsely advertising. He's saying, oh, it's chatty, and he's like not talking at all. I don't know if anyone's into sports, but I'm also kind of have an eye on the college baseball super regionals. They're wrapping up. Oh yeah, MLB. Yeah, MLB is pretty cool. You know, I'll be honest with you. MLB, and this actually goes back to I Night Monk when you said about like repurposing, is like they're redoing some of the games. This is or what I mentioned. They've actually done the same with Major League Baseball. They've kind of redone it. They're like, okay, we've done, done a few changes, and I'm I'm just gonna throw this out at you. You know, the reason a lot of sometimes changes occur is because people sometimes find loopholes. They'll be like, okay, analytics say to take our time, whatnot, and now all of a sudden the game becomes unwatchable, or at least for some people now, Okay, well, yeah. Okay, right now we're doing a Murphy's Ghost grind. So right now what we're working on is we're working on XP, experience points. So I'm trying to get these characters experience points. I want to get them leveled up. And the reason being is because I want to get them leveled up so they can actually go down to level 10, because a lot of the characters, some of the monsters on level 10 will cast a Tiltowait, and the last thing I want to have happen is have a character, go killed because of a Tiltowait. And Mr. Spock, I agree, because if you've looked at YouTube, YouTube actually has a new category. So like YouTube used to say we only did videos, but now they have a new category called shorts. And what shorts are is they're of course they're short videos. And they auto repeats, and so I think that's what's happening. I think people are, and they just want sound bites. They don't, And of course, one thing to keep in mind when you're learning topics in high school and college, sound bites don't do it. You can't be like, oh yeah. Yeah. Because if let's say let's say I'm tutoring math, and I'm talking about let's say solving quadratic equations. That's not something that you can do in 30 seconds. Because you have to, you have to say, okay, define what's a quadratic equation, what are the different techniques, and how do you know which technique to use? And my favorite when I tutor students are their shortcuts. Are there shortcuts that you can use? Because I don't know if anyone remembers math, but there's the three ways to quadratic. You've got the factor, complete the square, and quadratic formula. By the way, quadratic formula always works. Always works, but do you always need to use it? What I tell people is under the radical sign of the quadratic equation, there's b squared minus 4ac. You know, solve that, and if it happens to be a perfect square, then maybe look for factoring. Look for possible factoring. And even when I tutored physics. So I remember tutoring physics, and we did a problem, and we solved for t, and we actually got 2 positive roots for t. T which being the time. I'm like, okay. What does that mean? And it was a weird problem where it's like, okay, that you have to, where I'm like, told the student, understand the significance of the 2 positive roots. Draw a little picture. I like pictures. Yeah, it's... Come on, Moody. Oh, algebra, which algebra? Because a lot, I don't know, because a lot of places, a lot of high schools, they actually, I don't know if it was high school, but a lot of places they separated into Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. I will say trig was also pretty cool. Trig, but I will say I also liked probability and statistics, because I just love the probability of, because what I would do is I'd apply the probability like baseball. It's like, okay, you have a player who's got a let's say a 300 batting average. What's their chance of going 3 for 3 in a game, or 2 for 3? But then I learned that baseball, if you really want to do statistics, was extremely complicated. You may say, yo, yeah, this batter has a 300 average, but they only have a 220 average against left-handed pitchers, and now there's a left-handed pitcher on the mound. Oh yeah, college algebra, I think it covered, I think it actually covered Algebra 1, Algebra 2, maybe even a little bit of, because I know in Algebra 2, I remember we got into like systems of 3 equations in 3 equations, 3 variables. And I think we got into synthetic division, so that was pretty advanced. Now, FYI, if you really want to have some fun, they actually, of course, you're familiar with the quadratic formula. They actually have a formula for cubic equations and actually fourth order equations. They actually have a general formula. So if you ever want to have some fun, look that up online. Now, that being said, when I would teach chemistry, we would actually sometimes have those like third and fourth order equations. But what I would tell the students is, like, a lot of times there are ways around them. In other words, a lot of times you could make assumptions where you did not have to worry about, where you could actually simplify it. And I hope everyone's doing well this evening. As I said, Mr. Spock, I actually do the same thing. I actually, and I'll tell you why. Because, as I said, I'm actually thinking of kind of opening up a virtual tutoring. And I'm actually, as part of it, I will be tutoring math, or I'd like to tutor math, and so that's why I need to go back and refresh the math, because I'd like to. But yeah, it's actually fun. And I just want to throw out a tip. If you're looking for math books to get, honestly, go to thrift stores. And in fact, if anyone looks in my Channel Point redeems, there actually is a redemption for thrift store clothing. Now, that being said, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be keeping it up, because I may be getting rid of a lot of my thrift store clothing, just because I don't wear it, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be where I'm going to be moving, or what my future holds. But yeah. Of course, if I do a virtual tutoring, obviously chemistry is gonna be a part of it. I may even do physics. I think the thing I need to do on physics is I need to make sure that my problems are appropriate. And also tailored. You know, I'm just gonna throw this out. You know, when I privately tutored physics, you know, I remember actually tutoring someone that actually liked softball. When I would create problems, they always had like motion problems. Some of the problems had a softball theme to them. Because I have to say that when I was in of course, when I took trig in high school, I actually was in a problem. I actually was in a trig problem, where it's like I hit a golf ball, and I was like off by. And apparently, I hit my golf shot was off. And it was funny because we got the answer, and the high school teacher was like, "Okay, what club would you use?" And my response was, "Well, what club would I use? I would either use the 9-iron or the 8-iron. I would say it would depend on which club I knew I had a better chance of getting the ball into the air. Because about a third of the time, I would never keep my head down, and therefore the ball would be like, topped and roll about 20 feet. Yeah, what is it terrifying? I'm gonna somewhat disagree, Ionite Monk. The terrifying word in nuclear physics. I would probably, I don't know which is more terrifying, Oops or Homer. And I think you know what I'm getting at. So we're starting to get a little bit low on hit points for Beefcake. So what I'm gonna do is what we're gonna do is once Beefcake gets low. Where is the best place to teach students physics? At the edge of a cliff. I love it. I love it. Where they have the most potential. Tell you, Ionite Monk, Mr. Spock's is liking what you're doing. Apparently, you're doing well. Mr. Spock, you know what? I think Ionite Monk's dominating here. I think you need to maybe, it's just my opinion. Maybe you need to throw your hat into the ring. No peer pressure, but, I don't require participation, but, hey, That's all right. Take your time. And remember, good is a relative term, so don't think, oh, I have to come up with I don't have to come up with one that's great, Okay, so. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go until about Beefcake's about down to 15. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dung! Mr. Spock, that stinks. Pun intended, okay? I actually liked it. I actually liked it. I actually liked it. Okay. So what the plan is we're gonna do a Okay, I just wanted to let y'all know what I'm thinking. So I put it in chat. What I'm saying is don't leave. What do you call 1 kilogram of falling figs? A fig Newton. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm joining. I'm sorry. There's puns going on. I can't just stay on the sidelines. If sound cannot travel in a vacuum, why are vacuums so noisy? Okay, just so you know, there's an ad break that's going to be coming up soon. Probably about a minute or two, so... Thank you, Mr. Spot. Okay, so there's an ad break. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, give yourself a chance. Okay, ad break is now over. I'm back. Okay. So we're still doing some Murphy's Ghost grinding, but we're gonna be going back to the castle soon to level up. Once my beefcake hits 15 XP, 15 hits. But we're not done, because remember we're doing an item grind also. So this is the question: will Geoff get Tiltowait? That's what we want to know. Okay, so got our answer. Okay. So time for some muscle memory so I know the way out. Okay. No, we're not going to take him because we are going to camp. We're gonna do our cleric. Cleric's going to cast Mahdi on the front three. Mahdi may be a bit of overkill, but it's simple rather than just casting a bunch of like lesser heal spells. Okay. So let's save it under a different. Let's save it under. Okay. So let's save it under this. But we're gonna do so. So here we go. It's time to go. So let's again save the state. I'm saving the state, but I'm under Iron Man rules, okay? So. Okay, Beefcake is still a good bit away. If I remember, this chick is still a good bit away. Oh, but this chick's getting closer. Let's see. Okay, now, my cleric only gained 1 hit point. Now, before you're thinking, am I moody, are you upset about that? Not at all, because I think on one of my last level ups, my cleric gained like 41 hit points. So that's why I'm not worried. Toast. Okay, Toast is actually somewhat close, so we're gonna save it. But remember, Iron Man, so there's no save scumming. Okay, I think we have enough for Geoff to level up. This is the question. Geoff. Okay. Please, Geoff, whatever you do, frickin' get Tiltowait, okay? If not, Geoff, don't be surprised if you're dropped from the party. I'm just kidding. Okay. Ugh. Really, Geoff? One frickin' hit point? One frickin' hit point, Geoff? Really? Really? Really, Geoff? Okay, really? Okay, I think Toast is 16. Okay, Moody. Really, Geoff? Okay. Okay, so let's go to Gilgamash's Tavern, inspect. Let's make sure that Toast is indeed level 16. Okay, good. We're just going to save this. We're going to save the state. Okay, y'all. I'm just going to say, be prepared. Because if Geoff gets Tiltowait, I'm going to go cray-cray, okay? So be prepared for some cray-crayness. Okay. So let's inspect Geoff. Okay, Geoff is level 18. Okay. So let's read. Mage. Ah! Yeah, come on, look at that. Tiltowait, baby. Yeah, baby! Tiltowait, come on! Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah! Go, Geoff! Go, Geoff! Go, Geoff! Go, Geoff! Y'all, can I let you know a little secret? When it said you learn new spells, I kind of knew it because that was the last spell to learn. Go, Geoff! One way or another. Now, my only question is, did Geoff actually earn it? Or did the Murphy's Ghost kind of like say, hey, you know, Murphy's Ghost could have said, hey, if you don't give Geoff Tiltowait, then you know what? We're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna bust down your door. Now, that being said, Geoff still needs more hit points, okay? So, I was disappointed in only getting one hit point. Fine by me, but at least Geoff got the Tiltowait. And you know what that's even cooler? Geoff can actually cast Tiltowait 6 times. So in other words, Geoff can basically be like, oh yeah. so we're gonna reconfigure our party a little bit. Now, some of you may notice Zanzibar. The reason we have Zanzibar is because Zanzibar is actually could become part of a rescue party. So let's save again. And now what we're gonna, yes, finally the mage pulling the weight. Okay, so I'm going to inspect everyone, make sure all of our 14. Jalimi is level 13, which is fine. The cleric, good. And notice that everyone has okay. And Geoff, okay, good. And a lot of them have some pretty good attributes. So what we're gonna do now. So we're gonna. Whoa! Wow! Camelio, Retro Gaming Junction rating with a party of 14. So welcome on in, Raiders. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. You've probably seen this before. And grinding, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna do some item grinding. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get some kick butt items. Okay, so what we're gonna do is our cleric is gonna cast 2 spells, Maporphic and Latumopic. So what we're gonna do is, well, unfortunately, I don't think we have monks in this game. I know we do have ninjas, so ninjas can do that. Okay, so we're gonna cast a spell with Geoff and Maller. So let's look up our secret. You know what? Okay. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're actually we want to head down to level 10, where we want to get some really awesome items. Okay, that's all right. No monks in game. Oh yeah. Welcome on in. Thank you very much for the raid, Camelio. I hope you're doing great. Hey, you know what we need to do before I do anything more. You know what, Camelio, our Retro Gaming Junction does a lot of great retro games. If you want to let us know what you were playing in chat, feel free to do so. Oh, comedic tutorial about Wizardry 5 Heart of the Maelstrom. Or Maelstrom, I'm not sure how you say that, but yeah, I've actually played that. It was actually one of my favorites because there was a lot of one thing about Wizardry 5 is they had pools. Okay, so I'm on level 10. I went down a chute. Now, so what I'm doing in item grinding is items. I'll tell you what items I'm wanting. Okay, I'm trying to forget. I forget the fourth item. So Muramasa Blade, Lord's Garb. We also want some evil items because there's some like evil plate +3, evil shields +3. Yeah. Yeah, Wizardry. Yeah, I'll tell you, Wizardry, it's a great dungeon crawler. There is a lot of grinding involved, and I'm not saying that's a drawback, but you know, if you're gonna do Iron Man where you don't do save scumming, okay, but enough waiting. Okay, so that's what I'm wanting. So let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, now we actually had the monster surprised us. Yeah, you're right, because Dick Danza, I have to tell you a story, and welcome on in. Thank you. I actually, for kicks and giggles, I actually gave one of my I actually gave a character 3 I actually was able to give a character 3 vitality. Well, the character actually leveled up, and they lost a point of vitality. They were lost forever because of vitality of 2. Whoa, Fire XYZ, Razima Restaurant. All right. Okay. Ooh. So let's what the restaurant redeem is I actually get to talk about a cool restaurant. It's either in my area or I like when I talk about restaurants. I like to talk about local restaurants in Terre Haute or. Yeah, you're right, Dick. Hey, I will agree. I mean, if you're gonna, and honestly, when I initially created the characters, I settled for rolls of 18 and 19, and what I did is I actually put the vitality to 18, just so I can get the max hit points. Okay. But restaurant is. Okay, so the restaurant I'm going to talk about is Mother Bear's Pizza in Bloomington, Indiana. I would say they have some really good pizza, especially their what they call their, I forget what the name of it is. It's either pan or deep dish, but it's pretty darn good. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what I did to the Lord and Samurai. Now on Ninja, Dick Danza, if you get a thieves dagger, and you have a thief, you can actually switch them over to Ninja. So that would actually be the ideal way to go, and for the Ninja actually get a thieves dagger. So we have a chest we're gonna Calfo. So we're gonna have the cleric, Mage's Misery, and we're gonna have Toast, Mage's Misery. Okay, so disarm it. Eliminate, we're going to do Mage's Misery. You could not disarm it. So we're going to try it again. Okay, you can... really? You know what? Jiminy, why the heck did I bring you along? You're fired. Now, Mr. Spock, you know what's even better? Is if you go on Tuesdays, they actually have a Tuesday special where you can get like a... you have to buy a soda, but you get like a $4 or $5 discount. So, I know... Okay, now... Oh, crap! Now, the problem with Master Ninjas, we actually got an unexpected encounter. So, what we're going to do... Oh, no! Is reset. Yes. I'm actually doing Iron Man, so unfortunately, I'm not going to reset. Okay. So we're leaving. Let's throw the frickin' kitchen sink at them. Malicto. Lahalito. Geoff, you know what? You've got frickin' Tiltowait. You know what you need to do? Let's break out the Tiltowait. Okay. So here, what I'm gonna do is I had the timer set on grinding. So I'm gonna be like, okay. Oh, we're not done yet, okay? We're gonna do a little more level 10 grinding. I lose luck as a thief. Reset stick. It's like I lose vitality. Reset stick. I lose this. Reset stick. I teleported to a wall. Reset. Well, see, fortunately, I actually can. Now I'm going back into the maze because I'm gonna cure Beefcake. I'm just gonna do Mahdi. And Dick Danza, thank you very much for the follow. And y'all, hey, I appreciate the humor. You know, I appreciate the. I have an emulator rewind stick. Okay, we got a science story, and let me go. Let's see, because I think I only got one or two more. Okay. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, Fire XYZ, I only got one science story, and it's and it actually has to do with hair growth. You may, I don't know if any of you seen some of my earlier streams, but I usually have a lot, used to have a lot. Let's try this silver axe. Curse! Now with a handy dandy reset stick. But I used to have a lot. I used to have long hair, and one thing I always wondered about is, like, I tended to eat a lot of protein. You know, when I would work out and whatnot. And so I was curious because I know hair is consists of dead protein, and so I was wondering, is it possible if I eat more protein that I'd have a lot more hair growth? Well, I talked to people, and I'm like, you know, it was like, you know what, but if you're talking about hair growth, you want to talk to stylists. And almost all of the stylist friends I talked to said, if you eat more protein, you're going to get more hair growth. Especially if you take biotin. So, we're going back into the dungeon for a couple more, at least a couple more times. Okay, so, everyone's at full health. Okay, so we're gonna have our cleric cast our 2 usual spells. Dick Danza, I'm just gonna say this. I have to say this. You've only followed for 10 minutes. You've only been in the chat for 15. I'm just gonna say this. You are super cool. I just love your sense of humor. I think you're gonna fit in very nicely. So, I welcome. Latumapic to identify the monsters. Porfic. Okay, and now oh crap, we need to get our if you don't fit. Y'all, I'm just don't mind me I'm just sorry. Y'all are just having so much. You're just being so funny. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm just letting you know that probably in about a couple minutes there's going to be an ad break coming up. How I do ad breaks is I'm like, you know, you use the time on an ad break to, you know, like you know, just like, you know, use it a chance to chill. So feel free to do that. Once the ad break starts, I'll let you know, and I'll actually vamoose for a little bit. I have to use the bathroom. Yes, full disclosure. Full disclosure, I do have to use the bathroom, so I probably should do that. 'Cause who would like to see me? I'm back, y'all. Sorry it took so long. But one thing I keep in mind is that if I do use the bathroom, I also do make sure I wash. So okay. Before I go in, I have to read this disclaimer by Zanza. And I'm going to do it in lawyer-like fashion so I can speak as quick as possible. Warning, reset stick may cause significant increase in game ability. Not using reset can no loss of stat, not getting personal spells, not having a lock, not having enough for simple basic needs. If aging results, sleep in a stable, and discontinue use of money for thee immediately. See, that's how they do the commercials. It's like, okay, it's like we have to read this legal part, so let's read it as quick as possible so we can bamboozle our public. Okay, so let's go in and see what we've got. Okay, now we had a bad situation. We were surprised by a Master Ninja. Now, that being said, we got lucky that the Master Ninja did not auto kill us. Now, one thing to keep in mind is with the NES version, if you get surprised, you cannot cast spells. Or if let's say, in a surprise round, spells cannot be cast. But that's only in the NES version. If in the Apple version, they actually can. So. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to we're just gonna do a Modalto, okay? We don't need to, you may think Tiltowait. We don't need to Tiltowait. I think a Modalto is gonna be good enough. Oh wait, really? We killed a Master Ninja with only like 35 hit points? Really, Master Ninja? Okay. So let's Calfo, Cleric, Teleporter. Teleporter, Now, by the way, so you may be wondering why we're not even dealing with this. Because on level 10, a Teleporter can actually teleport us into the realm of Wordna. Because how level 10 works, there's actually about 6 or 7 areas. I could actually accidentally get teleported into the Wordna pathway. And the thing about the Wordna pathway is there's no way out. We're doing more, okay? We're doing more. So what we're gonna do is we only had one character take, and so you're like, Moody, you're being a wuss. No, I'm not. I'm not. I want to survive. I want to survive. Now the thing is, we're not making a lot of XP here. Okay, this is not an XP grind. This is an item grind. And apparently we've gotten some bad luck from the chests. So that's why I don't mind doing the item grind. I don't mind. Okay. I don't mind doing the item grind. Okay. So we're gonna cast our usual 2 spells. You give quest items. Oh. You give quest items to characters not in the party to gain levels on bosses. I'm trying to think what you mean by that. I'm not saying confused, but I'm trying to. Oh, I see what you're saying. So if, let's say, you don't have a certain item, you know, you can, I think I know what you're saying. I'm not sure how I would exploit that. I'm trying to think of a way to exploit that. Oh, I know it. Okay, yeah. I assume you're talking about Wordna. Okay, so Geoff, we're gonna go down. Oh, cool. That's actually what I'm trying to do. Trying to farm items. Okay, here we go again. Now, by the way, we may also accidentally farm some XP down here. If I remember, the only bosses that it was one. I would say it was on level 4, the Monster Allocation Center, where you got the blue ribbon. But that didn't have a lot of super XP. And I know Wordna. Okay. The only problem is there's some Dick Dan's there's certain places where the game actually checks if you have that item. I'm not sure if you, let's say, a character, because if, let's say, you need a key, and let's say a character is not in the party, I don't think they're gonna let you go. That's the thing. I think, or unless, I'm not sure. Maybe, you know, that's actually something worth trying. Maybe giving a gold key to something and say, hey, you know. I think the quest items are the blue ribbon and the gold key. Those, I think, are the 2 big ones. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we've got a bunch of level 8 fighters. You know what? We can fight. But you know what? You know what this is a perfect time for? I can see it working in Knight of Diamonds because I think it you know, the game checks each, you know. Okay, so we're gonna Calfo. Let's see what the chest is. Alarm. Okay. we're gonna take a bit of risk here. What happens is if alarm is triggered, we get another encounter. That being said, I think we're in decent shape. Honestly, I played Wizardry 5 a long time ago, and so I don't remember that hack of selling things to, you know what? Selling things to NPCs, but hey, you know, maybe I need to revisit that. Ooh, we got a sword and armor. Okay. So let's exit. Let's go back in. So we're gonna go back into the maze because oh yeah, I'm actually familiar with that hack. You know, like sell items, get a lot of money. Of course, Dick Danza. I don't know. You may, and feel free to watch this earlier, but I actually did a cool. Before I item grinded, I actually did Murphy's Ghost grinding, and if you get to the point where you can actually grind Murphy's Ghosts, that's actually the way to go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see where I got some items. So we're gonna trade with Toast, the sword, and the armor. Because what Toast is gonna do is Toast, being the wizard, aka Bishop, is actually gonna identify them. So let's see what we've got. Dick Danza, you know what? Please go ahead. Feel free to be like post and chat as much as you like. That's great. Go for it. Grinding. Grinding Murphy's Go. Excellent. Call me, bro. Okay. Okay, so let's identify the sword now. First class plate. I hate to say it. Let's see. I'm gonna look at my first class plate. That's plate mail +2. Let's. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually gonna trade it now. I'm gonna trade to Jalimni. I'm gonna trade the first class plate just in case. Sword. Blade of biting. Ooh, what's blade of biting? Okay, Blade of Biting is a sword +1, so nothing to write home about. Okay. So we're going to go back up. We're going to do this one more time. We're going back in at least one more time. Okay. So let's at least identify the ninja. Ninja already has first class plate, so what we're gonna do is Jalimni. Let's sell your first class plate, and let's have Toast go back in and sell the Blade of Biting. Now, you may say, well, you don't need any more. You know what? Why are you still going to the Adventurer's Inn? Essentially, the Adventurer's Inn also does restore my spell points. I say I also like to at least at least enlighten people, I used to say educate, but I don't, that sounds terrible. Yep, Dick Danza, exactly right. Now in the DOS version, I don't think that's restricted. I think in the DOS version you can identify items in the I think you can identify items in the tavern, but here it doesn't work. Okay, so the cleric spell Maporfic, Latumapic. I want to know what the monsters are. Well, see, Baltec's trading post does identify items, but the thing is, if you want to identify it, you have to pay pretty much half the price of the item to identify it. And so it's not really worth. That's why I wanted to insist on having a wizard, because what I could do, you make a priest. I think you mean bishop. Because I know in the DOS version, bishops are the ones that can identify. Okay, so we have 818. Oh. Oh crap. Let's see. Oh boy. So we have a Raver Lord, a High Cleric, and 2 Fire Giants. Oh boy. I'm looking up Raver Lord. Okay, so here we go. See, we're gonna fight. Let's fight the Raver Lord. Fight the Raver Lord. We're gonna fight the Raver Lord spell. So we're gonna do Malicto. We're gonna do Malicto. We're gonna do Montino on the High Cleric. And of course, Geoff, you've got Tiltowait. Let's use it. Now the only problem with getting a random encounter like that is we did not get an opportunity for items, okay? So yeah, the description. And you know what's funny, Dick Danza, is like, especially if you, let's say you have a wizard, and it's like a wizard attempts to chew, let's say, beefcake and misses. Really, wizard? Come on! Wizards are not going to chew or nibble. They're going to be like, have some type of staff or what. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is probably going to be over quick. This is, no. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a full heal on everyone. Just in case, okay. So we got full heal, okay? You know, Dick Danza, I actually remember that fight. You know, where like Mike Tyson tried to bite Holyfield. And what was cool, they actually I forget the MTV show, but it was like Celebrity Deathmatch or something, and they actually parodied that. They actually parodied that, like the biting or something. It was funny, like, so Celebrity. I think they even had referee Mills Lane, who was actually the referee in the Tyson Holyfield fight. Okay. So we're gonna just save it. Oh yeah, it was a good show. Okay, so now see, if I had gotten a Raver Lord here, I probably could have, actually gotten a really good, you know what? Okay. High Master Hatamoto, level 10 mages. Reset, stick to the back. Okay. So let's see. Oh boy, who should we go with? Okay, but guess what? We've got Malicto. We've got Montino on the level 10 mages. And come on, Geoff, what spell do you want to do? Let's do Catino. Let's do a level 1 sleep spell. No, Geoff. Geoff, you need to learn one thing, okay? When you get new toys, you need to play with those toys. So we've got you now got Tiltowait. Guess what? Guess what, Geoff? You got Tiltowait. You're gonna frickin' do Tiltowait, okay? Don't escape it. Moody, I have to ask you a question. No, Madalto, come on. See, Tiltowait, thanks. See, Madalto is good, but it only affects one monster group. Same with Mahalito. That's why I went with Malicto and Tiltowait, because they hit all monster groups. And that's what I wanted to do. Okay, Calfo. Exploding box. Oh! 2 out of 2. Wait. Heck, let's have Beefcake cast Calfo. Hey! 3 out of 3 clerical spellcasters say it's an exploding box. So you know what? Let's disarm an exploding box. You mean we only got a frickin' scroll? Really? So what we're gonna do... I don't know who got this frickin' scroll. I'm just gonna sell it. I don't care what the scroll is. We're going back again. Okay. 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 Y'all, I'm going back again. Again, I'm sleeping in the stables, gain spell points. So here we go again. We go with our usual spells. Latu Mopik, identify the monsters. Moporfic. And then we have Geoff cast Maller. So we do 8, 1-8 again. This is getting exciting. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to get exciting until we hit greater demons. Once we hit greater demons, then that's when all the what's going to break loose. Please. Let's see what we get. Come on, go on. Oh boy. 2 level 10 mages. I have a story. I actually had an encounter with 4 level 10 mages, and I actually almost got party wiped. Because essentially, 3 of the mages cast Madalto before I could get off my Montino, and essentially I was like, bye-bye. Okay, so we're gonna fight. Cleric is gonna do... You know what they say, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Lorto. Montino. And I'm gonna do La Halito. Okay, so we killed the 2 mages. Good. Nice job, Moody. Okay. So let's do Calfo again. Poison Needle. Poison Needle. So I'm confident it's a Poison Needle. Okay, so we found a stick. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna Okay, so let's decide. Okay, we're gonna move what we're gonna do. Oh boy. So let's do one more encounter, and then we get a random encounter. Great, Okay. So we're gonna concentrate on the level 10 mages. Now I'll tell you what, if let's say we were to be surprised by this group, we could be in some serious trouble because Gorgons can breathe, Chimeras can breathe. So let's spell. So let's throw the kitchen sink at them. Okay. We're gonna La Halito on the Chimerize, and of course, come on. Let's break out the big guns. Tiltowait. Okay. Okay, that was a random encounter. I don't think 8 skeletons is going to be happening. Not on level 10. If we're on level 10, we're going to be getting like some badass creatures. Pardon my French. Sorry. Tell you what, I have a few things I have to take care of soon, so let's Not sure how much longer I'm going to be going. Let's see. Okay, so I saved it. Let's at least inspect my party. Oh, our party's like totally uninjured. Somehow we did not get injured. Don't ask me how we did that. I don't know. Okay. Bad news, we got surprised. Good news, it was fire giants. Okay. After this one, I'm gonna do one more run. One more run and that's it. So, fire giants, we can just, you know. Okay, so Calfo. Well, who knows? We could have a weird situation. Okay, poison needle. Poison needle. So guess what? Let's assume it's a poison needle. Now, when you see the message, you cannot disarm it. That actually tells you that you are correct. So that it actually is a poison needle. Okay, so we're going to use this teleport trick. We're going to go to the edge of town. We're going to maze. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to have our cleric heal our people. Beefcake. Okay, and Dick Danzo, you found what kind of stick? I need. You know what? I'm curious too, so let's find out. Let's find out what type of stick we found. Okay, so we got some armor. We're gonna send it to Toast. Okay, so let's see, Limni. Let's see, so we've got a stick. Okay, so let's have Toast start identifying some stuff. Sturdy plate, nah. Nothing to write home about. Mace of pounding, okay. Okay, got a mace, got a you know what of darkness. Let's trade that. Now, some of you may wonder, why do I like scrolls? Because one thing to keep in mind is that scrolls, like magic items, they can be used in a surprise round. So, for example, if let's say I want to cast Dalto. Or let's say I want to cast a Dios. If I'm in a surprise round, I cannot do that. But if I have a scroll of Dios, yeah, exactly, Dick Danza. You are spot on. Or any magic item, yeah. Okay, brightness. Now, normally you may be wondering, like, what are you thinking of keeping some of these? Let's see. Let's see. I've got my cheat sheet, Mace of Pounding. That's a mace +1, so I'm not gonna really keep it. Dilto, Darkness, Lomilla, Brine. I don't think I'm gonna be using those, so I'm probably gonna sell them. It's mainly an inventory thing. It's mainly you know in this game how you have to do inventory management. That's the thing that stinks. Inventory management. Let's do adventurers in. I'm gonna go back one more time. Go back one more time. Okay. I'm gonna go back to level 10 one more time. So we can go back into the dungeon. And just FYI, I've actually been streamed a little bit longer than I was planning on. But I don't mind. I mean, Dick Danza, I actually agree with the speed running. And see, my only concern with that speed running trick is what happens is because if you're low level, see, if you're not a very high level, you can actually get into a situation where you can so you can get into a situation where your character can actually sorry, I'm thinking. You can get in a situation where some of the undead, if you're low level, can actually paralyze you. And if you only have 2 characters and they get paralyzed early, guess what? You're setting up a rescue team. Poison is actually not so bad because poison you can, if you're close to the entrance, you can actually run to the entrance and it will actually cure your poison. All right, Dick Danza. Talk to the marketing department about getting that reset stick. I think you can make a fortune on that. Unfortunately, with emulators, the reset stick becomes obsolete because we have save states. So in other words, I can easily reload. Okay. Let's see what we get. Bleebs. Oh, great. Okay. I'm gonna quickly look up Bleebs and see some of their Okay. So, So bleebs are very interesting. I'm gonna do a Malicto. Do a Malicto. Cause see, the thing is, bleebs I think are immune to Tiltowait, so I'm gonna just. Now the drawback to bleebs is they can actually call for help. But that being said, that could, if you're trying to gain XP, that could be a good thing. So this could be a bit of a long fight. But one thing is that they're not immune to Malicto. Okay, so well, we actually did not get injured much. So one more encounter. Gas bomb. Gas bomb. So Jalimni, it's a gas bomb. Okay, so we got some armor. So we're going to do one more encounter, and we're going to call it a day. Okay, level 8 fighters. This is actually not bad. We're going to do Madalto. I'm not a fan of these random encounters, but hey. That's all right, you know, not to tease. You're teasing. You know. Okay, so here we go, and now we're not. Now, by the way, when we teleport back, we're not done because we're going to identify everything. And then I'm gonna see if we can raid someone. Right now, I'm not seeing a lot of cool people to raid. Okay, level 10 mages. Yeah, and I don't know, Dick Danza, have you ever played Wizardry 4? Were you ever crazy enough to play Wizardry 4? Okay, so spell. We're gonna do Malicto. We're gonna do Montino, and we're gonna do Madalto. We're not holding anything back. So we've already taken care of the level 10 mages. Okay, so here we go. Calfo, alarm. Oh wait, it may not be over yet. Ooh, alarm. Disarm? You cannot disarm it. Ooh! We got a bunch of armor! Okay. So I think what we need to do, I think we need to have a we need to be like, okay. We need to So let's first go to the cleric. Let's have the cleric do Mahdi. This chick. Okay. Okay, so let's see what Toast has. Okay. So this may take a few times. Okay, so we're gonna trade with Toast. We've got a scroll. Okay, so let's see what this chick has. This chick has a sword. So we're gonna trade to Toast. We're gonna trade the sword. Let's see, Jalimni. Trade Toast to armor. Okay, by the way, I just want to mention I also have a Discord. So feel free to post things in Discord. I don't always check it a lot, but still a good place if you want to, like, you know, discuss things more. Okay, so we're gonna Toast here. Let's see what we Toast was got. Okay, Scroll of Fire, not bad. I can live with that. I'm gonna trade the Sword of Fire to Beefcake. Okay, so Toast, let's see what you got for sword. Oh darn! Epee of Dismay. That's cursed, okay? Now, fortunately, I'm gonna just say this. If you have a cursed item, you know, especially if you have something that so if you have a cursed item, there's always a chance that you may accidentally touch it, and the cursed item will you will be forced to equip it. Now, that being said, if there's a sword, wizards, aka also bishops, cannot equip those. Okay, so yeah, Gerza. So we're actually gonna go up. We're gonna go to Boltax Trading Post, and we're gonna sell the 2 items. But we got more, so don't think, oh, this is done. Because we're gonna go back down, and we're gonna go back down. Because I know we've got more. We've got more to we've got more. Because I know we've got more. And actually, just FYI, that's not always a reason to do the stick, because there actually is an item which, when Beefcake equips it, it says it's cursed. But the reason it's cursed is because it's evil. So let's see what we got for Toast. So identify armor. Rotten leather. Oh. Whoa. Breastplate. Breastplate of Fiends. I need to look this up. I need to look this up. Breastplate of Fiends. You know what I think it is? I'm just gonna say I think it's a cursed item, so let's have toast. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I went too quickly through that, but it told Toast that it celebrated the Toast's birthday. Now, what was funny is I actually did a birthday stream. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I love. I loved everyone. Thank you, Camilio, for the raid. But I'm gonna head on out. And I usually like to raid someone. Let's see, who should we raid? I just want to see what this streamer's doing. Okay. Okay. Well, Dick Danza, thank you very much for the follow, and I'm actually going to do this again tomorrow night. So. We're rating it. Okay, so stick around for the raid. Thank you, and y'all have a great night.